Losing sucks. No one likes to fail. And in a world obsessed with winning, being a good loser sounds like something only weak people tell themselves to feel better. But here's the truth. Being a bad loser is actually one of the fastest ways to sabotage your long-term success. Some of the most successful people in the world, I'm talking athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, they all have one thing in common. They lose, they learn, and they come back stronger. We will explore why being a good loser is essential for lasting success and how reframing our relationship with failure can change everything. What if I told you that the key to winning isn't just about talent, luck, or even hard work, but how well you lose? A common way bad losers stay stuck is the ego trap. The biggest problem with being a bad loser is that it keeps you from evolving.
There are some people who do not know that they are the reason of their own failure. I feel like a lot of times it's easier to blame other things. It's easier to blame your upbringing. It's easier to blame the people around you. It's easier to blame everything else except your own actions. I feel like the day that I decided that I, not necessarily the problem, but I am a contributing factor to why my life is the way it is, I felt like it allowed me to undo a lot of things. I realized, similar to you, that I do have a temper. I realized that I do have the tendency to be lazy. I do have the tendency to do certain things that do not allow me to grow and do not allow me to develop. Not that, well, I've got ADHD, so here we are. Or my mum did this to me when I was 5, so here we are. Like, I really decided to take my life by the horns and realize that I am conscious of my own decisions. I'm conscious of who I am and who I want to be, and I can control that.
When your ego gets in the way, you tend to react to failure in one of two ways. Instead of taking responsibility, bad losers look for external excuses. The system is rigged. Oh, people are against them. Oh, the competition cheated. While sometimes these things can be true, constantly blaming others removes your power to improve. Or they self-sabotage or quit.
There's a reason why you, me, and most people quit just before they start winning. For example of this is last weekend, I went out for a 15k run, longest I've ever done. As usual, started off feeling good, but 3k's in, I was cooked. My legs were on fire, my bad ankle was killing me, and I reckon my heart rate was at something around 180. At 3k's in, I was having some serious doubts about whether or not I was actually physically or mentally capable of making this run. At about 8k's in, I noticed something weird. My legs and my ankle that I was so worried about had stopped hurting entirely, and my heart rate had dropped down to about 150. And after checking my tracker, I realized that I was actually running faster than I was at 3k's. After that, finishing the run was easy. I felt like I could honestly have gone further if I wanted to. The hardest part is always the beginning. I know you've heard 1,000 people say the first million is the hardest to make. And while I haven't made a million yet, this is otherwise completely true. Once I got over that first hurdle and I built up some momentum, it was just inevitable that I reached that goal. The difference is most of the time we never make it past that first hurdle. As soon as you start experiencing some hardship and those doubts start creeping into your mind, it's so easy to call it quits. Telling you every time I got past that first hurdle, I have not regretted it once.
The second reaction is taking failure too personally. Some people take one loss as confirmation that they're not good enough and give up all entirely. But quitting too soon is the fastest way to guarantee permanent failure. Being a good loser means recognizing that every failure is a step towards improvement, and it's not a personal attack. Every great winner was once a great loser. History is full of people who lost repeatedly before they won big. Let's look at a few examples. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of quitting, he doubled down on practice. Today, he's one of the greatest athletes of all time. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first TV job for being unfit for television, and she went on to build a media empire. Steve Jobs got fired from Apple, the company he co-founded. Years later, he returned to make it even bigger and more successful. And my personal favorite, Beyonce Giselle Knowles-Carter. After 25 years of making exceptional music, creating her own legendary lane, and being nominated year after year, Beyonce finally won one of the most prestigious awards in the industry in 2025, Album of the Year. These people didn't just lose, they lost hard, but instead of letting failure define them, they used it to fuel their growth. I personally can't wait to be added to that list, because it's a bit daunting to hear no for 11 years straight, but yet I am certain my time is coming. But I digress. Good losers win in the long run because of their growth mindset. Dr. Carol Dweck, a psychologist, introduced the concept of the growth mindset, the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed with effort.
What we found was that some people believe their talents and abilities are just these fixed traits. You have a certain amount and that's it. But other people believe talents and abilities can be developed through hard work, good strategies, good mentoring from others. Through years of work, we found that having a fixed mindset led you to be afraid of challenges that might unmask your deficiencies, made you withdraw in the face of difficulty because you felt stupid. You didn't want to feel stupid. You wanted other people to think you were stupid. Whereas having this growth mindset, the idea that your abilities could be developed, made you think, why waste my time looking smart when I can be getting smarter? And I do that through taking on challenges. I do that through seeing them through. Now, growth mindset doesn't mean everyone's the same, that they don't differ in talent and abilities. It just means everyone can grow.
People with a growth mindset see failure as an opportunity to improve, while those with a fixed mindset see failure as proof that they're not good enough. Being a good loser means you analyze what went wrong instead of making excuses. Look at what could be improved. You adjust your strategy, learn from your mistakes, and apply new techniques. You do not take failure personally.
Drake for the night. That's what she said. No.
Your worth isn't determined by one loss. There is a reason why people respect good losers. In life, you're always being watched by your peers, your mentors, and potential collaborators. How you handle losing says a lot about you and can garner social benefits. People love a good comeback story. If you lose gracefully and come back stronger, people root for you.
At the 2017 Grammy Awards, Adele stops her own speech for Album of the Year to talk about how much of a huge impact Beyoncé has on her and her friends and all of their industry peers. And it literally moves Beyoncé to tears because she has worked so hard and she has always lost that award. And just to hear other people say that they see her, I'm sure is very impactful for everyone involved. In show business, there is a saying, especially in acting, when you're auditioning, you're not supposed to book the role, but you're supposed to book the room. Because when you book the room, you get more opportunities, even if you don't get that role. So I feel like when it comes to Beyoncé, she definitely has booked the room in many instances and occurrences. People love to see others that are naturally talented, but also hardworking and humble enough to put it all in a package to win what they truly deserve.
No one likes sore losers. People who complain, lash out, or make excuses lose respect fast. Emotional intelligence wins in the long run. Being able to handle setbacks with composure makes you a better leader, a better friend, and a better partner. Handling loss with grace builds your reputation, and in many cases, your network is what leads you to opportunities down the road. So, how do you actually become a good loser? Well, you gotta feel the emotions, but don't dwell. It's okay to be disappointed, but don't let it consume you. Look for the lessons. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Make a game plan. Adjust your strategy and try again with new insights. Celebrate small improvements. Progress is progress, even if it's not a full win yet. Keep showing up. The only way to guarantee success is to keep going. At the end of the day, losing is inevitable. But how you respond to losing determines whether you'll eventually win. The greatest achievers in history all had moments of failure, but they refused to let those failures define them. Being a good loser doesn't mean accepting defeat. It means using every setback as a stepping stone towards success. The faster you can learn, adapt, and move forward, the closer you get to winning in the long run.
Again, I'm a Drake fan. I'm watching the Grammys. I knew that Kendrick was going to win something. How could he not win something? But 5? Talking about, bro. They announced Song of the Year. Kendrick wins. They announced Record of the Year. Kendrick wins. Best rap performance of the year.
A minor.
Kendrick wins again. That's 3. Best rap song. That was a gimme. Then best music video. Like, y'all don't, truly shown us. Really mother F the big 3. And it's really just me. All this BS that Drake has done, trying to sue Universal, all because he doesn't want Kendrick to perform, not like us at the Super Bowl, because I ain't gonna lie, that's the reason why he did all that. He doesn't want Kendrick to perform that at the Super Bowl. That's the biggest stage. You don't want to be called a pedophile on the biggest stage. It's gonna be people that watch the Super Bowl halftime performance, don't even know who Kendrick Lamar is, but they're gonna hear him call Drake a pedophile. That's why Drake did all of that BS. For him to do that, make an ass of himself, then Kendrick to go out there and win 5 Grammys from a diss song, then the next week gonna perform at the Super Bowl? Like, it makes me wish Drake never got into this shit, bro. The biggest winner of all this, the smartest person in this whole affair is truly J. Cole. J. Cole clearly visualized everything that's been happening and knew to get out of that. He knew something that we didn't, and I wish we all would have known this. Especially everybody in Drake's corner.
So, the next time you take an L, remember, this is just another step on the path to something bigger. Keep going.